Dr. Jonathan Haidt wrote a book called The Anxious Generation. Now, parents, when he wrote this book, generative AI was not as ubiquitous, and the amount of chatbots using artificial intelligence capabilities were not out yet. I'm sorry to tell you, parents, chatbots and generative AI tools will make social media look like a child. What that means is that, first of all, I actually think that people should not give their kid, well, I think that smartphone use or giving kids smartphones, you need to reevaluate that right away, because I would recommend waiting till about 17 or 18. Give them a flip phone and a GPS when they get a car. Why am I saying this? Because the chatbots tied to AI is so powerful that some kids will be missing in action in terms of like, they'll be gone for 10 hours. I mean, these things can suck their time. I still recommend that parents check out The Anxious Generation, but I think we need to realize we've entered a new paradigm where entertainment can be built to fit someone's taste, so then they can get tons of content or tons of interaction with AI and not as much with human beings. We need more face-to-face interaction, and children need to recognize that human beings matter a lot more than any AI tool, than any technological tool. Human beings matter. How are we going to teach them that? We made a mistake. We made some mistakes in the first run of social media and so on from 2013 or 2012 and so on. We can't repeat that mistake again. We have to be careful. Parents, please be vigilant. Please reconsider the smartphones. It's not necessary. Have a computer in a public space that they can use. Oh, but they need computers to do their schoolwork. Then they should do it on the kitchen table. They should do it in the library where people can see what they're working on. The reason is because the temptations are going to be much higher. The distractions are going to be much higher. I think that schools are, like at this point, there was a time where you went to school and your greatest influence was sort of in school, right? Well, now what happens when people have tools they can use to learn information and at a larger number, in a set, like number of hours, for example. So now they're influenced more by technology than by school. So what that means is that school itself needs to ask, why does school exist? That's going to be a critical question. So what we need in this era of the AI revolution is focusing on people's lives and how are they living lives that make sense. School, what's the word I was going to use for it? School is basically, I say this with all due respect, for the most part, it's going to be a waste of time for information delivery. School is a waste of time for information delivery. Let's stop talking about getting children to go to school and think more about helping them learn how to live with consistency to the values their parents have, which I hope would be grounded in truth. If their parents are inspiring them to live lives that make sense, then when they go to school, they should be taught more about ways to live lives that make sense. It's no more the era of information, it's the era of formation when it comes to a school or a place of learning. There's someone who once said that I do not allow schooling to get in the way of my education. Parents, we need to be focused more on helping children to live lives that make sense. It's not just about school anymore. It's about life. We need to make sure they're living lives that make sense. They are going to be bombarded with so much distractions. Children living today are living in the most interesting time in history. There's a lot more we could talk about. So please subscribe, like, and share. I'll be talking more about living a life that makes sense on my Living Sensibly with Amos Tarfa channel. I do have two other channels that I use mostly for. One is focused on education implementation called Life Academy, the future of education. And then my last channel is called Counting to Calculus, where I talk a lot about mathematics education, and so on. But parents, AI chatbots are coming in large numbers. Social media, there was a mistake. There's still people that are recovering from all of that. And now we're compounding it with AI chatbots. We have a problem. We have a serious problem. Parents, pay attention. Please reconsider the smartphones. Take care and have a blessed day.